Yo, man, it's the kid, the fly, the flashy, the young, high prospect, New York City on my shoulders, all the way from Grand Rapids back to NYC. I'm here live and direct with Boxing Tribune. I learned that word, Boxing Tribune. And, you know what I'm saying, doing it real heavy with them right now. And it's all love. Peace and love. Kid Chocolate.
It only lasted 38 seconds. There was only one punch recorded in the fight, but Kid Chocolate came out victorious with a one-punch knockout, and he's standing right here beside me, right here on Boxing Tribune. Kid, you look pretty good in the fight, but there's only so much you can judge on 38 seconds.
Yeah, but you know, I look better in this interview now. Let me go play now. Yeah, you only could judge so much, but you know, like I've been telling guys, you know, what a carpenter does, he brings his tools to work and he put them to work, and that's what I did tonight. I brought my tools to work tonight, and I, you know, got the guy out of the 38 seconds, and hey, you know what I'm saying, you know, put it down in the books. I'm ready for the next fight already.
Your tool tonight was a left hook right to the chin that had your opponent down and out for a few minutes. Was there any concern in your mind?
Yeah, I actually thought I didn't want him to be too much hurt, because I looked down at the guy because I thought it was a flash knockout, and then I see how really hurt he was, and then, you know, I got excited. But after a while, I went back and let the docs do their job, and I went to go see if he was all right. They said he was okay, but you know, hey, I guess this is what type of business this is. You can't have you got to have a heart, but you got to have a heart at the end of the fight. I couldn't come in the first round and like, yo, I don't want to hit this guy hard, you know what I mean? So.
He was a whole lot more experienced than you going into this fight. I thought it was going to last a couple of rounds. I thought maybe it would even go to a decision, but you know, basically cleared that notion right up completely.
Yeah, you know, people don't understand, man. You know, like me, I don't have a big amateur record, and you know, a big amateur record at all. You know, I'm learning as I go, as a pro, you know what I'm saying? And I've been out there doing what I got to do, and I've been putting it together good, as you can see. And it's like, I like for people to go ahead and say they little things about what they think, but you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think they should have been giving that dude that was on the floor more advice than what they should be giving me. You know, I listen with an open ear, but you know, listen, I'm in the gym every day. You know, 6 days a week, and I'm sometimes even on the Sunday. I give sometimes, you know, I'm giving my work for God, and He living through me right now, and I'm just trying to show people what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain something. You know, Colin Morgan's the world's most underrated trainer, man, and he's putting in me to go ahead and do what I got to do with these guys, man. And if it's taking them out in the first round, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna wait till the second. He might take me out in the second, and everybody gonna look at me like, oh, this Kid Chocolate guy was a fluke. Look, he's out in the second, so take him out in the first.
Were you even thinking knockout?
No, I was thinking about 6 rounds. You know, for the last couple of fights, I've been thinking like, no, look, I need to go ahead and show people that I can box and box these guys' ears off and take wins that way. You know what I'm saying? And you know, look, every time I've been doing that, I've been taking guys first, second round. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that maybe now? I know this guy had a lot more fights than you. Taking a step up would mean what some might think an unnecessary risk. But do you think that you need to do that at this point because you're basically walking through these guys?
Well, you know, I put it like this. You know, I got big trust in my team. My manager, John C., you know, my promoter, Gotham Boxing, DRL Promotions, and, you know, my trainer, Colin Morgan. And, you know, if he feel comfortable and all my team feel comfortable, I'm comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? I really take this job really serious, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dedicated to this boxing like 24/7, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm watching. I'm reading articles. I want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I got to do what I got to do. I want to become a world champion. Is that hard to say? I want to become a world champion. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to the round. So if they want to take a little risk, and look, I took a risk tonight, and I took this guy in the first round. And, you know what I'm saying? I want to see if I can do that in the 6th round, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, you know? I want to see.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you looked a lot more, you looked a lot bigger in your upper body. Is that something that you and Colin have been working on?
No, actually, it's like, man, you know, I guess I'm filling out, and, you know, I've been putting hard work, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of different things, Pilates, yoga, swimming, you know. My girlfriend, you know, I shouldn't even say I had a girlfriend, but she even rollerblade with me, and she grabs the back of my shirt, and I'm pulling her up hills, and I'm doing all type of crazy things that commit to boxing, and it's like, you know, I guess you see it, you know, I'm holding up solid. I'm like a brick wall right now.
Now, you just mentioned Pilates and swimming, but Kid Chocolate, I thought was an old school guy. You trying to tie in the old school with the new school?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely. You gotta keep up to date. You know what I'm saying? You can't turn on a black and white TV and still get the quality of a HD TV. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to know what a black and white look like. You got to be able to know how to work a HD TV. So I'm kind of like keep keeping it old school, old fashioned, and still bringing it to the new. Like the Kid Chocolate was a great fighter, and you know he had big shoes to fill, and I'm not looking to, you know, fulfill his shoes, but what I'm doing is trying to, like, you know, bring my own ice to this, and you know it's been going pretty well.
Now, yeah, you mentioned Kid Chocolate. He has Cuban background, just much like yourself. Give us a little brief detail on your background.
Yeah, I was originally born in Chicago. I was raised all my life in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I was born to an African-American mother, and my father is straight from the island. He was a Morel Cuban, you know, exile refugee, whatever you want to call him. Come on a banana boat from Santiago de Cuba. And, you know, I wear it proudly. You know what I'm saying? I got a tattoo dedicated to my father. He's still living, and every day I come out and think about, you know, my brothers that I have in Cuba that don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying, have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate to have a meal, decent meal every day to eat, and you know, it's just still the thing that my brother might be eating bread and water, and I'm over here eating a steak, bread and water. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to keep that in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because God gives grace to the humble, and as long as I become humble and stay humble and know, like, you know, it's people out there, even that's people that's close to me, like my family, that's, you know, got it worse than me. I got to live every day like it's a blessing.
Now, after a fight like, you know, after a fight, you and your trainer would, you know, I'm sure you guys would like to go back and review it and see what you can work on. In a situation like this, what is there to work on?
Well, you know, I really can say I really learned too much. It was only 38 seconds. I learned, you know, what 38 seconds feel like, I guess. But, you know, I guess, you know, Colin, you know, what I did was I jabbed this guy, and I came off the jab and hit him with a hook. We've been working with that in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing it real hard, being a counter puncher that I am. And, you know, I guess we go back to the gym and say, listen, you know what? You're a good counter puncher. Now it's time to move to the next thing. Show me, you know, different things that I could be doing in these fights.
All right, Kid Chocolate, we thank you for joining Boxing Tribune, and we hope to see you again in the near future.
All right, I don't want to say that word. Boxing what do you say?
Tribune.
Tribune.
Yeah, we got
Boxing Tribune. I want to thank y'all, first of all, you know, showing my fans what I'm like outside of being in these fights, and, you know what I'm saying, y'all been keeping good things up with me and everything, writing good articles. I've been online, you know, reading things that y'all put on me, and I want to just thank y'all. I want to thank my fans out there. I want to thank the kids at Goodwill Industry. I want to thank God for, you know what I'm saying, anointing me this blessing tonight and showcase my talent. I want to thank Gotham Boxing, the RL Promotions, Just Salad for, you know, sponsoring my fight, Crunch. I want to thank my sparring partners, you know, Ronson Frank that fought tonight on the card, John Snyder, Elvira Mariki. You know, we got big things in store for Elvira, but you know, y'all been catching a little sparring with me and Elvira just to show y'all what kind of work I put in a little ring with a big fighter, but that many fights. I guess that's what make me so much better, you understand, than these other guys. But it's all a blessing, man. I want to thank y'all, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and love. Kid Chocolate.